We are having it. I think we are having it today. In this module, we'll be having the internal components of a typical computer: processor, RAM, motherboard, and obviously power supply. We call it PSU unit. GPU stands for graphics processing unit, and NIC stands for network interface card, and the cooling system that makes the computer, the desktop computer especially, to make that with a cool temperature. So we also have to discuss these things, and we also would like to have install a single memory module in a motherboard, disconnect monitor from video card and remove the card from computer, install a video card with an HDMI high display multimedia interface, and connect the PCIe power connector to the video card and connect the computer to monitor using HDMI cable and configure a monitor display resolution for full HD content. So we had a great issue like once we were having the video graphics array cables. For the sound system, you have to put another cable. For the video system, you have to put another cable. So these days, most of the system, like if you want to have a great display, you have to just use HDMI high multimedia interface cable, okay? So for that, you will have all your video and audio coming through the same cable. Same like you're just connecting your home LCD with your laptop. It is through HDMI, right? So most of the people may know that. I'll just show a quick example. So those who are having confusion, they can be resolved. HDMI, we are having it over here. HDMI cable, okay? You can also have the splitter if you want. Let me just show you first the cable. This is the cable, I think you have seen that. It's called HDMI cable, okay? Those who have seen, that's great enough. You can have a revision. Those who have not seen, this is actually how it looks like. So you have brands in this, okay? Remember that whenever you want to go, there are types of HDMI code. You just have to tell them, hey, I need a 4K or 8K or 12K HDMI, okay? It depends on the HDMI cable, okay? So always go through that configuration and you can tell them, okay? And if you have like 2 to 3 kind of ports and you're like, wait, how can I connect 3 HDMI ports with my system? So for that, you will have HDMI splitter, okay? 1 in, 2 out. It's normally used for the projector screen for the presentation on the events and all the stuff. You can see that you can have all those HDMI splitters, and you can view them. This is how it works. It's 1, 2, 3. You can just pick them up and down, and you can see how HDMI out them. Okay.
HD-Link HL14. It's a 1x4.
This is one of the best like tools when you're like working with the IT kind of things. So it is super important to know those ports. Okay, those super important ports. Very knowledgeable. Okay, these are the RJ45 Ethernet ports. You can enter your Ethernet cable and you can just get out your HDMI out with 1 and 2 and with all those other options that they have provided to you. Okay, great. So these are some beneficial kind of things that will help you out in your real time, okay? Very beneficial, okay? You have motherboard, power supply, graphics processing unit like NVIDIA training. They have network interface card, cooling system, electrostatic discharge, and the fast execute cycle, okay? One of the most important thing like you are having it is the processor types, okay? In earlier days, we had those 32-bit concept. We're still having that, but not that in majority as we were having back in date. We have now like most of our processors are like 64-bit. So they have not proceeded or they're working on the quantum physics, and they're like expecting that to build a much greater processor than 64-bit, okay? So if you go into your Windows, you can just right click on that and you can see you're using 32-bit operating system or 64-bit operating system. So that totally depends on your processor, okay? Most of them these days are 64-bit operating system. You have advanced RICC machines, RM processors. You have expansion card, one of the most important thing, expansion cards, okay? These are actually, because you know there are people that are having different kind of aspects, okay? They're having different kind of requirements. So in order to address those requirements, you need to have those peripheral devices, okay? Those peripheral devices are like super, super important, and they are actually the one that helps all the things and all the stuff for the people, okay? So CPU is a most important part of any modern computer that controls the other part of computer. We will come to that, how a CPU looks like. This is a RAM, random access memory, the main memory of computer that can be quickly accessed by by CPU, and where the computer stores data in instruction that is actually actively using. So whenever it's like you are having the power on your desktop system, the RAM will work on. When you turn off, it will turn off. So this is, you can also call them temporary memory, okay? We call it random access memory. That's why it's like super fast. They're randomly accessing all your information. Like you just double click on Excel file and it just pop up to you, right? And you just go to another Excel file, and they, again, you can, if you go forth and come back to your earlier file, you're like with nanoseconds, right? Actually, that file is actually storing RAM, and they can give you like super fast access, right? So we have the motherboard, a large flat computer component that connects important components of computers such as CPU, RAM. So all those RAM, CPU, all those peripheral devices, your headphones, your audio devices, your webcam, and all, these all are combined into one small board. That board is called electronic board. It's called motherboard, okay? So this is actually like, since a mother is like controlling all the homework and all the homes and all the stuff, they are like super, super kind of have a great energy, and they have superpowers, okay? They can control such a large home and all that stuff together at once. That's why I think we don't have father boards, by the way. I think we should have father boards, right? But anyhow, scientists have decided what we can do, and they have decided the name. So we are done with this, okay? So this is one thing just for your information, okay? It's called motherboard. All of these components are decided into this one electronic joint, small kind of boards, and you can see all those chips, all those transistors, capacitors, RAMs, processors with this single board, okay? Great, great, great. So we have power supply also at that motherboard. We have the GPU graphics processing unit also available on that, on the same motherboard, with the addition of expansion slots. So the GPU will be plugged in expansion slot, remember that. And you have the network interface card that's used to, most of the time it is built in, but you can also plug into the motherboard that can provide network connectivity, okay? So that's one thing great for you people. That's one thing that you should keep an eye on this motherboard thing, okay? Cooling system, heat sink and fans that keep your computer components cool, especially the CPU from overheating. Electrostatic discharge, an event in two objects with a different charge level come together, resulting in electrostatic charge. So you have to be very, very careful regarding this, okay? The fetch execute cycle, we have three-step cycle: fetch, decode, and execute. That processor used to execute instruction. You can write it down, the fetch cycle. If most of the people are going for the CompTIA certification, ITIF certification, so we are following the same pattern, remember it, okay? We are following the latest CompTIA pattern on all these courses designed on the same thing. So the best part.
Laza, I just want to be sure. Somebody said they can, if you can hear us well, give us thumbs up just to make sure everybody can hear. If you can hear us well, please give us thumbs up. Okay, please continue. Please, the person that hacks, I think you should check your system. Thank you. Go ahead, Naza.
Okay, great. So we have super great active students over here. The thumbs are coming like just, you can say they're just running into us. That's great. Oh, we also have a victory kind of sign from anyone. So that's great. Thank you so much. It means we have conquered the IT world or something like that. Anyhow, we'll assume like that. Okay. So we have conquered and we are conquering. We're expanding our kingdom. Okay. We will expand at the end, and we may be in super great expansion of our IT kingdom. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for your response. So this is the fate cycle. So what I was referring is to the CompTIA certification. So if we are actually following, we've designed the course for you people. I may be speaking a little faster because I have to meet out all those deadlines. Those time. I don't want to consume a lot of time of it because it's already a holiday in the US most probably, and I'd like to make it very quick. You will have all those materials, by the way. So I'm just sharing the experiences, okay? So the first cycle, if you go for the CompTIA IT certification, like online, if you go there and you want to, and maybe a lot of people may be interested in that. So you just have to follow these goals that the one I'm highlighting. Those are some super important. It will actually occur in your real-time exam. Okay, if you want to go for the ITIF exam online. Okay, so then we have x86 means 32-bit operating system, a family of processor manufactured by Intel and AMD that use a common instruction set or a list of commands that processor can execute. So these are the processor families that they both have. They have a joint kind of. They have shared all their vision and they have come to those branded processors for all of the users. So these processors are able to execute those commands, the list of those commands that they have provided to them, okay? We have the advanced RARC machines, ARM processors, a family of processors most often used in smartphones due to its lower power requirements. So for the smartphones, this is one thing for sure. Being a technical IT, you have to know if someone asks you how your smartphone speed is different from your computer processor speed, you have to tell them they are two different kind of processors, okay? That's the desktop level or laptop level kind of processors that you're using and we are having a great time. And for cell phone, we also have a processor, but that's totally made for the cellular networks, for the smartphones, for the gadgets, for the smartwatches, for the tablets and all this stuff. So this is to accomplish by reducing the processor's instructions set. And obviously the smartphone processors are less powered. So that's why they are great fit-in. So they have less power compared to our own desktop processors. Okay, this is also a good difference. You can mention that. We have expansion slots, a circuit board that connects the computer to motherboard, giving it additional power or functionality. So maybe you can just put a USB expansion power cord in your desktop system, and you can say, hey, I want 10 USB slots. Obviously, in standard, you can also have 3 or 4, maybe 6. But if you want 10 or 15 to have another gadgets, to have an audio gadget, to have another kind of setup, so obviously you will have to use those USB expansion card. So it also comes with video expansion card, with audio expansion cards, with gaming consoles, with SSD ports. So it's like it just expands the functionality of your current desktop system, okay? And we have a heat sink, a component that attaches to a chip like a CPU that disperses heat and prevents overheating. So we have air cooling and water cooling. We also call it liquid cooling, and that places a water-cooled heat exchanger near a heat source. The exchanger actually then removes the heat, reducing the air temperature. The main component for your motherboard is to reduce heat and to maintain the temperature. Remember that for any electronic equipment, you have to be super careful regarding maintaining the heat. Okay, heat is you can say an enemy of electronic equipment. Okay, you have to maintain a great heat for that. So we have the same internal components. So this is how a processor looks like. This is what we call it a CPU. Okay, central processing unit. So currently we have two major joints. One is from Intel, that you can see on laptops logo. You can see Intel Core i7. So they have a small blue type of logos. It means you have Intel processor. If you're having orange type of logo, they may have written Ryzen 7 or Ryzen A9, and so that's from AMD. Okay, you have two big processor units over there. So this is how a CPU looks like, central processing unit. Okay, and obviously when you put an input command, the CPU actually process that, and it's give an output on your monitor. Okay, these are the RAMs, random access memory. We call it also the temporary memory. So until unless you're having the power to computer, you're having it. Once you lose the power, you lose the data as well. So this is just for short term, like when you access Excel file, your Word file, PowerPoint, PPTX, and all that stuff. RAM is super great, supportive guy over there. But for permanently, you have to use your SSD or your permanent storage. Okay, that's like D drive, C drive, you can store over there. So this is how it looks like. You have CPU memory for short term. The instructions come and the results are processed through CPU. And this is how they are designed on those buses, those small ICs. This is how we have the motherboard BIOS, basic input output system. Make sure everything is working. Tells operating system to start loading. So BIOS is one of the, I can say, the indicator. If the BIOS test is passed, so your computer will load. If something is terrible wrong with your CPU, with your laptop or desktop, or even your cell phone, so if the BIOS will just tell, hey, something is wrong, maybe an IC is burnt out, maybe some other thing has gone wrong over there. So BIOS, your good old friend. Okay. This is the small, you can say the GPU that we were having it in early days. You can have a DVI cable over here. Also, you can see the VGA cable, video graphics array cable over here. But these days we are having NVIDIA. This is a small UPS for your computer, for your desktop. So even if you have a breakdown of electricity, this can give you up to like 25 to 30 minutes of backup. So you can save your data and then you can just shut down your computer if you have that. Okay. This is how your desktops look out with a fan cooling system, and these fans actually maintain the temperature for your CPU, and they make sure that they are totally fine and they are in stable position. Okay, the internal components now include CPU, RAM, motherboard, power supply, GPU, and ICM cooling. Right, so we have the electrostatic charge. This is one of the most important things. You have to look for that as well. Some charge already stored in those capacitors or the transistors and the CPU. So whenever you may think that, oh, I have just disconnected the power cord, I think there's no electricity remaining, so I just have to open the screws of the processor, then I just have to go. When you just touch your screwdrivers to the electronic kind of equipment, the ICs can be burnt out because that's a kind of shock for them, and they're not capable to observe that shock, and that ICs, the transistor, the capacitors can burnt out, and you can have a hardware issue, by the way. So you have to be super like aware of that. You have to, even after turn off, you have to press the power button for 3 to 4 times to make sure that everything is okay and everything is cool. This is how it is done. Okay, so electrostatic discharge of memory chips, we have 12 volts, 5 volts, 3.3 volts. For the power, we have from 110 to 120 volts, and obviously we have those specific ones for our own like human body interaction. So make sure you have anti-static floor mat, so you can reduce that electrostatic current can be discharged on the mat, and you cannot get short. So it's very, very important. This is the RAM we are having it also, like we just discussed. These are the banks, and this is how a CPU cycle is meant. This is how they load those addresses with the fetch cycle, fetch, execute, fetch, decode, and execute. This is how the complete cycle is processed within CPU, and that processor is the key that they look to the address values, to the values that they have been added. So it goes through sequence wise. So once that's finished, they go to the 1 and 2s, then 3s and 4s and 5s. This is how it is done through the fetch execute cycle. You can have a great view on this on YouTube. You can have a great stuff if you want to read in depth regarding the fetch execute cycle. Okay. So this is some programming languages we will be having, not like in our course outline, but just an idea. This is how it looks like. They will not ask you in your exam that, hey, for example, that let's suppose they'll say, hey, Alexander, I think you have done that CompTIA course. So can you build a software for NASA? You would not, they will never ever ask you such kind of questions, okay? So it is very hard, by the way, to meet that standard. So it's just kind of an overview to let you people know that this is how programming languages look like. These are the x86 means 32-bit CPUs. We have two big joints, AMD and Intel over here. So high consumption power, very hot, and these are the things that we will explore. You will have to explore some motherboard types also. Install memories if you have any CPU on your home, in your garage or your trash car, or maybe somewhere near. You can just you can do it in your hand on that. And you, if you're willing, if you're having in your desktop system, make sure you're having the latest GPU, okay, graphic processing unit. So that's great. Thank you so much for the interest, Mr. Akin. Over to you. I think that's okay for them. So I think we should proceed with a small quiz over here.
Okay.
And
sure.
we'll make sure that everyone is
okay.
Everyone is fine.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Naza. And hey, thank you, everybody. I'll keep drumming this to you, every one of us. Half of what we need to do is showing up, to be honest with you. And you realize that, oh my God, after a while, you realize that, hey, this is going to be a part of your life over time. You get better, you start understanding things. Don't overcomplicate it. The key concept is, think about it. You're going to do a use case real quick right now. It's straightforward. The use case is simple. We are saying to you, if your child comes home today and asks you, well, I want to get into gaming, I need some key requirements to be able to build a laptop for my gaming. What are your key considerations, right? So even though if you are experienced in IT, I'll tell you one thing, even for those of us that are more into architecture, design of IT environment, everything we are doing here is applicable to us. The toolkit, the biggest organization in the world that do manufacturing, when they put stuff together in their network, their cablings, every one of this still applies. So it's not like, oh, well, it's just the foundation. No. The foundation is what drives everything else. Guaranteed. Yeah, we are saying we are doing cloud. I'm a cloud engineer. I'm a system engineer. All of those are because our hardware are running. Don't forget, right? All the fancy talk people are doing is because the foundation, I mean, let me tell you, if a cable is messed up, everything else is gone. Yeah.
So yeah. For example, like let me add some salt to it. For example, if you're having a server and the server is down and all companies relying on the same server, So I think even the boss will ask, he will be jumping into the issues and you'll have to trace and you'll also trace and you'll have to figure out an issue on that, right?
Yeah.
So how cool is that if you already know that, you won't be stressed. You'll just jump out, oh, I know about it. I can trace, I can have the tools, I can have my toolkit and I can trace this cable and I can resolve that issue. So this is something, those foundation tools are obviously one of the key drivers that actually resolving all your issues. And never ever forget your old friends. Okay, remember that.
Yeah.
You may get to the sky, but never ever forget your friends. Okay, so these are your old friends. These kids, these toolkits. Okay, so obviously this was one thing I'd like to share. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, we have the assignment is the quiz for today's class, but I'm going to send that as something we can work on. I'll send the link to you, but we're going to work on the quiz yesterday just to recap and get us a little bit of context around this. Now, please remember, everybody, you can access all our recording in the system. The LMS, if you register for this class, you have access to it. You can go into the system. You can go in and pick up the class. You can get all your information you need. Everything you need is in the LMS system, okay? So it is there. If you don't have access to it, once the class is done, I'll log in and show you guys where you can go in and see all the information. But we just want to focus on the class for now. But if you don't, I'll wait around for 5 minutes. I can show you guys how to navigate it. One more thing that is very critical, please, everybody on the call, very, very important. We need a way to communicate with you. We've been communicating through your emails, and some of us have not really taken a look at our emails. It's important you check your email, okay? So just take note of that, very important, all right? So I'm going to send you all, I just sent it right now. You will see some of our YouTube channel is critical to our program. Many times we do live sessions, just like it and click on the alert button also so that if there's an upcoming quick event, you can listen and see it. Our classes are going to be Saturdays and Sunday. We have 3 more to go. Keep showing up. We designed this for you in mind with a layer approach to say you have zero knowledge. Can we put some layer to make you build some capacity and knowledge? Now, let me tell you one more thing. Please go ahead.
Yeah, and one of the best thing adding to the YouTube channel, we are having like live streaming on that, discussing on the latest trends, how are things working on. So obviously you cannot be a complete an IT expert in one day. So we can only ask to subscribe our channel and press also the bell icon and press also a text message. Hey, do you know I have also done that? So that would be a great kind of contribution. Okay, I think everyone can do that. Obviously, we have been putting a lot of hard work, believe me. A lot of team is engaged in just in the quality and the quantity of this course outline to make people streamlined so you can address your issues and make the course as interesting, as interactive as possible. So this would be a gentle request from all of you students. So you'll be also seeing us, by the way, from live streaming, and you can comment over there. If you're like shy over here, you can comment and ask very basic question on the live streaming as well. Okay, so that will be a great addition for us and a great energy, so we can just share our expertise and all experiences with all of you guys. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, there's one favor I need. Before we have a WhatsApp group I just created, I want to use it to share files as we proceed. And one of the things I need you to tell me right now is I need you to confirm, one, we would never call you for a Zoom call and say there's a meeting and tell you a lot of scammers are out there. Be careful. So before I share that link in this group, I need everybody on this call, give me a thumbs up and just say, I acknowledge. Acknowledge we will never call you. We will never, please, if you fall for scammers, we cannot help you, right? We would never call you and say, hey, this is Skillweed, this is NASA, this is Akin, this is, please, can we all type, I confirm, please, before I share that link. The reason I want to share that link is we have a lot of good information we can easily share quicker rather than waiting for you to jump on the learning management system. This is more interactive. We can be more efficient, but can you type, I acknowledge. Just type I acknowledge, please. Everybody, if you don't mind, please. Let's do that real quick. I need that information badly. Just tell me I acknowledge. We would never call you for any reason, except you reach out to us. We will never call you and say, hey, we have a Zoom call, give me a pin. If you fall for the scammers, we cannot help you. There are so many scammers out there, okay? We don't do that. We don't call our folks, but I'm very careful, and that's why we didn't create a group earlier, because we want to protect our community, and but at the same time, we want to make sure you are successful. And the way to keep it successful is if we are in a group, we can easily share information. Like now, I need to share you guys information right now. So please, 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 we would never call you for any reason. So let me share it. Let me see, make sure I have enough people acknowledge this. I want to make sure we're about, I need this number to get to a lot. I need everybody to acknowledge, please, before I can share it, please. Just type acknowledge, that's all. And in case you don't know, you can type your question. We don't take questions in real life. Just type a question if you don't mind. All right, just say acknowledge, please. If you don't mind, everybody, just say acknowledge. That's what we need. We want to make sure we can support you, but we want to make sure you're not victim of scammers, right? There's so many scammers. Some of them are probably even joining our class to listen in, right? We don't know. So we are saying there are scammers out there. Don't fall for those tricks, all right? Let me see if I have enough people before I share this with you all. Let me see how many people I have that have acknowledged. Thank you, everybody. All right, I think it's enough. Now, if you fall for scammers, can we all type, it's your fault? I've said it right now. Can we all type, if you fall for scammers, it's your fault? Can we type that, please? It's your fault. If you type, it's your fault, really. Right now, we've warned you. We've said it's going to be your fault. So we would never call you. Nazar will not call you. I would never call you. None of my team will
Yeah,
call you.
so they are like most of them, like I also saw some comment, they say, oh no, it's your fault, it's not my fault, but you have to be aware of it, okay? It's we are just guiding people. We haven't requested anything from you, okay? So the best thing is that you have to save yourself. Being in the IT is itself a great thing, okay?
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your attention and input.
Okay,
That's
let me
great.
quickly, I just sent the link. So can we all begin to join that group real quick? It's just more efficient. And I'm going to share a document in that group right now. And we're going to do a working session real quick. Very simple, straight to the point working session, pretty cool working session. Again, please, we would never, if anyone calls me and say, well, my somebody came in and said they are Skillweed, blah, blah, blah. Respectfully, I would honestly ignore it because we've given enough warning. So we would just ignore it. We'll let you deal with your issue. Because we would not have time for that, to be honest. So make sure you do due diligence. Never give anyone information that can compromise you. So so I just sent the link, join the link, and I shared a document in that group right now. We just sent the link. So let's see if we can get some of us to quickly just join that group. All right. Let's quickly join that group, as many as possible. I sent the link on the Zoom call. Please just join the group for, oh, I just sent it. Okay, let me send it again. All right. Okay, I sent the link. Let me send it again. All right, I just sent it again. Please just go ahead and join the group real quick, please. Just join it real quick. Thank you. I sent the link. It might require some approval. I'll quickly approve that. Then I'll quickly go to once I have like few people, I'll quickly go to the lab for today. It's a very straightforward, easy lab. You'll like it. Let me share with you guys my screen real quick and show you what it is about. And please make sure you just follow me here. It's fun lab. So look at the use case, all right? This is the use case. Let me quickly share my screen so you can have it, Andy. Let me share my screen. It's a fun use case because at the end of the day, it's all about solving problems, right? Look at the executive summary is this. You just completed an IT foundation class, and now you're purchasing a gaming laptop for your child, right? Based on your knowledge. Don't forget, we have focus area that we talked about today. Nazar talked about hardware specification, the compatibility, the budget constraint, the future proofing. Then look at some recommendations generally here. My ask of you, the only assignment I want you to quickly do for me is I want you to add one or two more comments that you think should be there. All right, we've talked about CPU, GPU, RAM, blah, blah, blah. Somebody might say, well, what about, is there antivirus? Security? Whatever you guys agree as a team, just come up with some additional recommendation. So let me quickly, if you don't mind, let me please go to the group as many people as possible. Let me see if I can approve as many people as possible so that you guys can just pick it up from the group. I'll send the documents in the group real quick, pick it up from there. Gemini, are you on the call? Let me see. Let me try and admit as many people as possible real quick. Please join as many people as possible. Again, we'll never call you for a meeting ID or a PIN, nothing like that. Never fall victim to scammers.
After
Make sure
all,
you
after
do
all,
due
after
diligence.
all, no, after all, they'll just see our faces, obviously. So even if someone is calling, you can, okay, can you turn off your video? Can you turn on your video? Are you actually the trainer or are you Mr. Akin? So we can have a discussion regarding all those things. So that's also kind of like if they fall for such a thing, that's an
Exactly.
advice.
Yeah. And Nazar, with deep fake recently, people can even clone our voices. So be careful. There's so many crazy people out there. Sorry to say, but that's just the reality right now. So don't fall for people that are crazy. There's too many people there out there that are crazy, just finding a way to scam people. So be careful. Do your due diligence. Never, 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 never pick anybody's call that tells you they are from anybody. It could be your church group, it could be your local group, your community, whatever it is, just be careful, be mindful. There are so many scammers out there. Okay. All right. I think we have enough people. Let me quickly share the document with us real quick. And we can use that real quick for like a 5 minutes. It's just a document buying laptop for my child. And, it's a good case study for us to kind of, because this is real life, right? Because it will happen to all of us, right? You have your child come back home and, they always ask for new things all the time, right? So when they come for the, the laptop conversation, at least mommy and daddy would have some, you should be informed too. All right, I just send the document to us in the WhatsApp group. Let's have most of us download it real quick or open it. Then I'll put us in a group. Let's just have fun, straight to the point. Just talk with your team and say, what are the additional things you had? Let's do it for 6 minutes and we'll be out of here. Nazar, I'm going to create the group and you and I will be bouncing around. All right, let's quickly
Uh,
do that. We have 193 of
yeah,
us. Let's,
yeah.
okay.
Let me just inform you also. You don't have to leave the meeting. Okay, it will be all the process will be automatically processed. So
Yeah.
you just have to stay with the meeting. All the things with the rooms will be automatically created when that specific time is like ended. So we'll be all joined again. So this is how
Okay.
it works. Okay, you don't have to worry about things. Okay, you just
Yeah.
stay with the meeting. Simple as that.
Thank you, Nazar. Please, everybody on the call, listen. When we create a group, you see quiet and you see that you have like 7, 8 people within your community. Just start talking. Don't leave the meeting. It's just the way it is. Once we are done, then we'll bring everybody back. All right. Can we all acknowledge we got that? When we click create meeting now, you'll be quiet with some other people. Don't leave. It's not the end of the class. It's just a way to get you to talk with other people. Can we just give me thumbs up if that makes sense, please?
It is
Thank you.
actually it is an automatic process that we are creating on the Zoom side. Okay, it's not from your side, so you don't have to worry about it. It's great. Thank you so much for the response. So you just have to stay. Okay, you just have
All right.
to be with the meeting. Simple as that.
Okay. I think everybody gets it. All right. Thank you so much. All right. And we'll be bouncing around. Just have fun. Just talk about the document I sent out right now. Thank you.
Hey Victor, did you got the idea?
All right. Naza, I've brought everybody back. We are 2 minutes past the time.
Okay,
So
that's
we'll
great.
just, yeah. So I'll just, two things I'll make sure, everybody should join the WhatsApp group as much as we can. So we have to use that right now. As long as everybody understand, we would never call anyone. So we just have to be efficient because Zoom does not allow us to share live document as much as we like. So I'll send the WhatsApp link again to everybody. Please join it, and we'll send email to everybody to make sure you guys have access to it. Also, as many of you that can join, I just send it again. Please join it. Everybody join the WhatsApp group so that we can have a means to share information with you all. Very important. Okay. All right. Thank you. And you wait for approval. Yes, we'll try and do the best of our due diligence if we can. But okay, let's see. We are back. All right. Thank you everybody for making it again. Let me give it out to Nazar again. Excellent job. Excellent job. Thank you. Thank you. We are past the time. We love not to go 5 minutes max, more than our time, and we are respectful. It's Labor Weekend in North America, Canada, US, Mexico. So we want to respect that. There are some quiz we have. We are going to send it to the group so that you can do your quiz yourself anytime at your own time. Then, the link, we can track it. Nazar and I can track it at the back end, the quiz, but we'll send it to you guys in the group. So my ask is, please, everybody join the group. I just send it again. Make sure you join the group. Somebody's only admin can send yes. For our group, we don't open it to everybody, and it's by design. So we just want to avoid unnecessary clouding. But if you go to the forum in the community we have, you can chat there. You can chat in the other one there, but this is more for sharing information to make us more efficient in the program. Okay. But that's all we got for today. Please join the group. That's the most important thing now. And we'll keep communicating there. It's showtime. One thing I'll tell you, it gets better. Don't quit. Keep showing up. Half of the battle, I'll tell you, because Naza and I, we went through the same thing like you all some years back. Half of the battle is showing up. Be mentally tough. Don't quit. The easy conventional wisdom is to say, well, what the heck, I'm done. You get a certificate of attendance for sure from us, two of the brightest minds in this field, Naza and I. Then beside that, we get to have a long life relationship professionally. And above all, you build a solid network and connection. Don't quit at all. Hang in there. Just keep showing up. Put the work, put the time. We are not of the illusion anything is easy. If it's too easy many times, I'm not sure how long we can sustain it. So don't worry. It only gets better. All right. I wish you all Godspeed. Wish you the best week ever. And Nazar again, amazing job. Can we all give it up for Nazar? Amazing instructor. He's been exceptional for us. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you
So,
so much.
so
Thank you.
this time is also for all of the students. They're so much dedicated also for your hard work. You have been pushing them. That's a great work. Thank you so much, everyone. You are such a lovely community I've ever had. So that's your dedication. We will do a lot of interesting things. Believe me. Just stay in tune. Okay. It's just like a Hollywood movie. Okay. It's get better and better with the scene.
Yeah,
Okay. And just
exactly.
every minute, you'll just get a great thriller scene and another scene, thriller scene. This is how it, so we'll make it as interesting as possible. Just
Yeah.
stay with it and we'll
And
make it.
invite other people to invite others to participate. We want people, our challenge, we want a lot of our community, a lot of our people to be very engaged in IT. So invite people, get them up to speed, and you never know. You could be
This
inviting
is
the next Steve Jobs. Who knows?
this is one of the luckiest bands. So you have friends, you have family members, you have that that they are most welcome. Okay, you have now seen the quality of training, you have seen the instructors, you have seen how we are approaching things. So I think anyone that's close to you, you can just share the link and you can just share the community link with them and they can quickly register for next. Saturday lecture, and that will be more interesting, believe me. We'll make it as spicy as possible, okay? So that's one thing for sure. As we say, we will make it great things happen, okay? That's what we believe in. We only believe on quality. Remember that. We'll have to make you skillful. Simple as that. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a very great weekend ahead, and thank you for your time, and we will hope to see you soon, all of you buddies, okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Now, you're all dismissed. The only comment is I promise to show you guys the community. So please, everybody else, if you want to leave, please, we are done. Thank you all for being part of us. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you. If you want to be around, feel free. Let me just show you what the navigation of the community looks like real quick so that you can easily navigate it yourself. I'll show you right now. Let me quickly share my screen. Again, you are dismissed. You can leave, but I want to just share this with people that this is what the community looks like. If you can see my screen, this is the community, but you need to log in first to have access to the community. So let me share the login details. I mean, I think we shared it already in your emails. Please do us a favor, check your emails when you get messages from us. And we try to send you meaningful things, as much as possible. You can see within our community on this program, we are about 1,060 people within that registered for the program. So it's a lot of people that registered, but we just want to make sure we keep everybody engaged as much as possible. And, just come here, type your questions. We'll try and take as much as we can and follow through as much as we can. Also join the WhatsApp group, join the YouTube page, and I think it will be fun. I wish you all Godspeed. Any question on this page so far? Okay, somebody's waiting for approval for their WhatsApp. Yes. Just give us a few minutes. We will surely approve. Oh, I see a lot of people. We'll surely approve most of you. Let me see if I can. So a lot of us will approve you all by in a few. Remember again, we will never call you for anything. Beware of scammers. We'll keep drumming that to you all the time. Nobody's going to call you for a PIN, and do your due diligence. All right. So most of you have been approved. All right. Thank you so much. God bless, and have a fantastic week ahead. We'll talk soon, everybody. Bye. Thank you, Nazar. You're awesome. We'll talk soon.